Well, this year's early voting for midterm elections has seen record-breaking people turning out at the polls. Polls will open tomorrow for Election Day, and one faithful voter wants everyone to get out and cast their vote.
She's 87, and she fought to exercise her right to vote years ago. And she's concerned that the younger generation may not be as motivated to vote as they should be. Casey Freeman joins us now with her story. Casey?
David Latrice, Juanita Lalman-Clay was very involved during the civil rights movement. She got her passion for voting from her grandfather, who helped her understand the importance of knowing about politics, even though he was not able to vote himself.
People say, well, I'm not going to vote because of this or because of that. Shame on you.
From a very young age, Juanita Lalman-Clay was tuned in with the country's politics. She says even though her grandfather could not vote because of his race, he often went to Capitol Hill to hear every legislative session. Her grandfather wore the only suit he owned to the sessions.
Cleaned the underarms of his suit jacket with Listerine and sometimes Windex, so it stayed fresh, and he would walk.
In 1964, Lalman-Clay visited President Lyndon B. Johnson to lobby for the Voting Rights Act. This act would prohibit racial discrimination in voting. She describes what it was like working the battle lines to get the right to vote.
I sat at lunch counters, got my hair pulled, got my hair set my braids set on fire.
Lalman-Clay has voted in every election for 64 years. She says voting is a responsibility, so every citizen who can must vote.
So if I didn't go vote, I would think Papa was looking at me saying, girl, what's wrong with you?
For decades, Lalman-Clay encouraged people to exercise their rights to vote. She has lived at Life Center of Hickson for 2 weeks and made sure a driver took her to the polls to vote early.
And I said, what do you mean you haven't voted? He's a Marine veteran. He ended up voting when he carried me to the voting place.
Polls will be open tomorrow at different times in the morning, depending on your location. You can find your polling location inside the WRCB app. Live in the studio, Casey Freeman, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.